what I have here is a quick demonstration that I want to do on Drambo as a MIDI sequencer inside of whatever DAW that you prefer to use. Me personally, I prefer to use AUM. So here we go. I'm running a couple drums from Koala sampler. Then I got some chords in the OBXD, and then I have a Moog bass, or a Moog bass, and then I got a couple other Koala channels or whatever, also being ran on different MIDI channels in Drambo, and then I got all that going into another line with with the wires app. All right, so I will let you guys hear what I have real quick, but first I'm gonna mute my mic. Okay, so yeah, everything I have is being ran through Drambo. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick little walk around. So basically, up here is where you have your channels, right? So this will be my Koala sampler channel, and let you guys listen to that. So as you go down, there's different loops or whatever, MIDI loops, right? On this song, they're all slightly different. So if you go down here towards the bottom, where you see I'm kind of highlighting that grid or whatever, this would be how you would zoom into different steps or whatever. Right now it's showing the full pattern for loop 4, right, on MIDI channel 1. And if I wanted to zoom in to a different part of the bar or a different bar, I would just click on it, right? And if I want to add to it, which I'm not, but I'll show you guys how that looks, I would click down on it and I would drag forward to the right. And you see the numbers are going up. Now I'm dragging down, you can't tell, but the numbers are going down. So right, up, left, down. But I'm gonna keep it how I had it. So to get rid of any unwanted bar, you simply click on it. You can swipe down and delete it, or you can hold it, and then that menu will pop up, right? I like to just swipe down. Okay, so now I want to show you guys basically how you would put multiple MIDI values inside of one step. There's a couple different ways you can do it. Me, I like to go to the components page, right? So you would swipe up on a step. So I'm gonna go to the first step, swipe up, and you see a couple options appear. You go to components. Then there's a bunch of different other things. We'll get into that though. All right, so these are the notes that are being played on that step, right? And right here on this keyboard, I'm not going to touch it, but that's a keyboard at the bottom of the app. Basically, um, it shows MIDI values, and it's highlighting what MIDI values I have selected on this step. So if I press the backwards arrow, you will see the third one, right? Three notes are highlighted. Then I can just click on any step. It's gonna play the sound and it's gonna show the values, right? So this one is just A1. That's a couple different ones: D sharp, D2, and G sharp, right? So we'll X out of that. We're gonna go to track 5, or yep, track 5 essentially. Here I have something interesting because, all right, so swipe up on that. We're just gonna go to components, but then we're gonna go to this little page you see where it says, where it's red and says component by that X. We are gonna go to cycle. So what cycle basically does is it triggers that MIDI step after so many cycles. So if you look above that MIDI step value, there are 8 steps basically, right? That represents 8 different cycles. So what this does is it's gonna play through 1, 2, 3 cycles, and then on the 4th cycle, it's gonna play or trigger that note value that I've entered for this step, which is F1, and then it's gonna play 1, 2, 3, 4 more cycles of that step before it goes back to the loop, which then it'll play another 3, and then on the 4th one, it will trigger that note value again. And I actually want to switch that to the 4th or whatever. I put that in wrong. All right, so I have another instance similar to that. I think that this is just some effect, and this is as well. This is like some laser effect. I'll solo it so you can hear it, so you can see what's going on. So I'm gonna mute everything else, right? And then I'm just gonna swipe up on this step so we can go to components, and then we can go to cycle, which this one's kind of doing the same thing except for on a different step. All right, so now I'm gonna play it, let you guys see. So it didn't actually play a second time. I actually have a delay on that one, which is why you heard it again. Other desert cities, right? And then on the 5th one, it'll play again. We don't have to wait on it, but it's gonna actually take a little longer because instead of playing 1 bar like this other one does, it's actually playing 2 bars because that's how long that MIDI clip is or whatever. So it's gonna play the whole cycle of the MIDI clip, and then it's gonna trigger it or whatever step you've chosen right here. You can choose all of them, you can choose none of them, you can choose whichever one you want, it doesn't matter. Alright, so next what I want to show you guys is how I assign MIDI channels to different instruments. In Koala Sampler, you know, it's a multi-output, so it's a special way you do that too as well. I'll show you that. Alright, so Koala Sampler MIDI channel 1 would be right here, which is essentially just, you know, my main drums or whatever. I'll play those for you. Alright. So essentially, Drambo already has like the channels assigned and labeled for you. You see I have 8 channels right here. Right. So these are my drums, my main drums. Okay. And right here, you would just simply, you know, go to your inputs, select Drambo, deselect the channels that you don't want Drambo sending MIDI information to. So for Koala, I have 1, 4, 5, and 6. And I split those up because I have different effects on different sounds. And, as I said, Koala is a multi-output, so you can assign different channels within that, which is pretty cool, right? So if I was to select this none button, it didn't highlight, but it's in that bottom left-hand corner of the channel filter section. You see it's sending no data. But I highlight that 1 and 4, 5, and 6, I believe it was. Right? So now the sound is back on. And in OBX, I have a, same select Drambo, and I got a couple other things going on right there. And then I go down to the channel filter page. You see channel 2. Right? So it's pretty simple. Then I got the bass, channel 3. Alright, so you pretty much get it. So inside of Koala Sampler is where, alright, so Koala Sampler, you simply go to this page right here, you navigate with these arrows. So, and it show you what channel your sample is assigned to. So this is channel 6. Alright, channel 6, so that'll be right there, and I got a couple different effects. This is that laser drop. So you see this one is channel 5. Oh, whoop. It's actually channel 4. This one's channel 5, I believe. Yeah. It's a very subtle little drop. Not drop, but ad-lib, I'm sorry. And this one sharing channel 4 with another one. Alright. So I'll let you guys hear what I have all together one more time, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe.